So we are taking the green bus tour into Denali National Park, and it's about a 4.5-hour trip. It used to be longer, but the road has been blocked by a glacier slide, the road all the way out, so you don't get quite the way out. We're going to see if we get to see Denali and some wildlife on this trip, and we're hoping for the best. We'll see. So if you want to ride the bus, you get your tickets and assemble at the Denali Bus Depot, which as you can see is a pretty busy place. And then they'll direct you to assemble for the buses outside, and they'll take it from there. You can get off and get back on the bus, but from what I saw, you probably ought to just ride the one you got on. This is Wayne, our bus driver. Wayne was very knowledgeable and stopped so that we could take pictures of the mountains and also of wildlife when it came into view. Denali is basically one road in and the same road out. There are not a lot of stops or attractions like you see in Yellowstone, Glacier, Yosemite, or Grand Teton National Park. Cars can only drive on the paved portion of the road about 12 miles. On the unpaved portion of the road, only buses can proceed. It looks pretty much like this, so I'm not going to show you a whole lot of video of that drive. We were fortunate to see wildlife. First, we saw a moose. We saw this guy way up on the side of the mountain. I think it's probably a deer. We saw this caribou with an enormous rack of antlers both on the way in and on the way out. He just seemed to be sitting on a patch of snow. So we're here at one of the visitor center. Here is a absolutely enormous crow. He seems pretty tame. Probably looking for a treat. Hey buddy, how you doing? There he goes. This is the view from the deck at the first stop on the green bus tour. It's pretty nice. Of course, weather permitting, Denali is the star of the show. We were lucky. Here's a view across the tundra. And a little closer. And closer still. What a magnificent mountain. So this is the visitor center at Denali, and they have replicas of some of the animals that you might see in the park, and the 3D map of the park and the mountains and the area. See, Denali is the big one. And some exhibits here, more animal replicas. They don't look like taxidermy, but they may be. And then there's a mural up here on the wall. It's a pretty cool place. These are our friends Phil and Diane at the visitor center in front of a big moose. Phil helped me avoid falling several times on the tour. He's really a great guy. So this is the railroad depot. Some passengers arriving here. We confirmed that there are 2 departures, one to Anchorage and one to Fairbanks each day, and 2 arrivals, both from the same city. So it's not particularly busy, but it'd be, I think, a fun way to visit this great park. Okay, so Margaret is going to illustrate our trip so far using this map here at Denali National Park.
Yes, we started by flying into Anchorage right here, spent a night there. The next day we toured Anchorage on our own. Then we joined our tour group the next day, which took us to Wasilla. Then we did a day trip where we went up the Glen Highway and did some river rafting, and then returned to Wasilla. And then the next day, on our way to Denali Park, we stopped at Talkeetna, where we got to tour a little bit around Talkeetna, and then we took a flight from Talkeetna to this mountain range, the Alaskan Range, and landed on a glacier. It was amazing. And then flew back. After joining back with everybody after that trip on the plane, we drove all the way up here to Healy, spent the night, and then the next day, which is today, we went into the park and took a park bus ride through halfway on this road and saw animals like moose and caribou, and then returned back. And the only reason why we only could go halfway is because the road has been washed out by the glacier. So that's been our trip so far. It's been great.
So we just stayed at 49 State Brewing. I would highly recommend this place. Very big brewpub, brewery, good service, good food, good beer. And they have the bus here from, I believe it's Into the Wild movie. And as you can see, it's pretty popular. People checking it out. So if you're in the Denali area, this is a good stop.